Hi, ghouls and gals and frightening pals. My name's Mona and I really like books. And on today's video, I wanted to show you all the books I managed to read in December and to make some little reviews on each. Because on one of them, I do plan to make like a longer review with all of the books from that series. That being said, let me just show you what I managed to read. And the first book would be Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shia Earnshaw. I cannot emphasize how much I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm a huge fan of Christmas. I always love the concept of Halloween, even though we don't have it in my country. I mean, corporations mostly celebrate that, or it's starting to creep in Romania as well. Not that much, but fingers crossed, who knows. But yeah, I always loved that. Nightmare Before Christmas has been one of my favorite stop motion animations ever. That and also Henry Selick's Coraline, that also is one of my favorites. But regarding this book, I was very apprehensive to read it because of the Disney logo on it and because of the author, Shia Earnshaw. I read Wicked Deep from her and didn't like it, and I only bought it and read it because I knew she was writing this book and I wanted to see how she writes. But yeah, this was, I mean, I couldn't, yeah, it was a disappointment. If I were 15 or 16 and read this book with the love of The Nightmare Before Christmas that I have in my heart, I would adore this. I would adore it. But I'm not 15 or 16, I'm 30 goddamn two. And the little 15-year-old is also disappointed. So, yeah. Um, it does not answer some questions that I would have from the first movie. One of them being, how do Jack and Sally end up together exactly? Because they have no fucking chemistry. I'm sorry. As much as I love that movie, there is absolutely no chemistry between the two. I would have loved that in this book, when Sally mentions Finkelstein and that she was found by him, that she would mention a bit more of her history there in Halloween Town and how she met Jack, how she fell in love with him, why is she in love with him, why is Jack in love with her? I have no idea. I would love to know that. Do we get that? No. This book takes place like a year after the events of Nightmare Before Christmas, excuse me. And it starts with Jack and Sally's wedding and how Sally becomes the pumpkin queen. It's very fast, so everything happens very, very fast. Right after the wedding, they go to their honeymoon, which is in Valentine's Town, which I thought that was cool. Ruby Valentine is great, but Valentine's Town is honestly the most that we get a description of a town in more details, the most town we explore there. You do get the other tree towns, so to say. You do get the St. Patrick one. You get the, what was it, the Thanksgiving one, the Christmas one, the Valentine's one, and the Easter one. They should have changed them. For Christ's sake, they should have changed them because, I don't know, just keeping the American secular Christian ones, especially since you learn in this book that there are other doors or tree doors that goes to other places. And one particular place is very, very important to Sally. But I don't want to spoil that. You do get a new villain, a new town, and more information about Sally, but honestly, it's not the information I wanted to get. Again, I would have loved to see how her life was at the beginning in Halloween Town, how she and Jack met, and all of that, but we don't get that. There's also a very off-putting moment for me in the book where, I'm not gonna spoil, why not? It's basically Queen Elizabeth is mentioned and appears in this book. Yeah, I'll let that sink in. And I found that not funny at all and honestly off-putting because it really does not make sense. Why? I think this is from the UK. Yeah, it's from the UK. But when did it came out? Wait a second. So it came out in 2022. When did the Queen die? Oh no, it came out before the Queen died. But goddamn, that moment with Queen Elizabeth, I think they were trying to be funny, I think, but ugh. And it ends the same way the movie ended, with Zero saving the day as usual. I'm sorry, I don't care if I spoiled that, but even that story I would have loved. More of Zero. It's really, I don't know, it was a letdown. It was quite a letdown. But again, if I were a 15, 16-year-old who loves Halloween, awesome. Great. They'll devour it. If you have little gremlins who love The Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton, Halloween, all of that, give them that. They'll enjoy it. The next one. And this one, I'm not gonna say a lot about my opinion because I'm currently reading the second book. So, this is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. And the things that I will say is that I had so much fun reading this. The book is way more funnier than the movies. Bella is way more funnier than the nothingness that she is in the movies. Like, and they flirt. Edward and Bella, they freaking flirt here. Like, wow. And there are some scenes that just made me cackle with laughter. Like, ugh. And if I can find a page, it's in Romanian, so I'm not sure if you're gonna understand anything. Oh, let me just see. One of them. I even posted on my Instagram how many times. I wrote so many times. What the fuck, Bella? I swear. The amount of times I yelled at Bella in this book, because don't get me wrong, she's an idiot, but what 15-year-old in love with a supernatural creature wouldn't be? But oh my god, the amount of times I laughed. Absolutely amazing. And again, I do think this is better than the movie. So wait for that. Once I finish all of the books, I think that's gonna be maybe in I think during the spring. Oh yeah, this is one of them that I think I wrote so much on it. Oh my god. I had so many questions. So many questions. Oh, if I can find that Instagram picture that I put, I'll put it there as well, because goddamn, this is so funny. And it starts very late, the whole action. Like, until here, it's just Bella and Edward. And from here, it's the whole James and the hunt and stuff like that. And, I have questions, and some things don't make sense, but again, I think it's fun. Okay? I think this is hilarious, I think it's fun, and more of it when I finish the other books. The next one I finished, it's The Invisible Life of Addy LaRue by V. Schwabs. Did I tear up? Yes. At the end, I did tear up. But I was also disappointed, honestly, because the whole premise of this book is that the person, Addy, is immortal, and people just forget about her when, like, if I'm looking at her, let's say you're Addy, I'm looking at you, but then I go in a different room. When I come back, I don't remember who you are. So it just starts over. So it's a nice premise, but I think it was a missed opportunity, because with a premise like that, and given that Addy goes to a lot of places in the book, like Venice, Florence, New York, all of such, even California, they could have done more, but it's very disappointing. She doesn't really do much. She not necessarily complains, but she like, boo, she just, whoa ho, is me all the time because of the pact I made with maybe the devil? We don't know. I mean, he does say in the book, look, that he's older than the concept of the devil, which, awesome, great, but then why can he have sex? I really hate these books where supernatural creatures that make deals with people, whether fairies, devils, whatever, vampires, they just decide, oh, we can also have sex with you. Like, I really hated that part, that they have sex in the book. Like, didn't like it. I also didn't like how very weirdly white the whole world is, and I'm not a woke person, not necessarily, but it was very weird that she goes to places where the cultural abundance and, you know, you would expect to see a lot of different people around, but no. Also, I think that both this book and this book never answer I don't put Sally because she's a ragdoll, but do these women have periods? Especially given their circumstances, the question matters, because this bitch is immortal. So does she have a period? Because she was like, what, 20 something? 23 or something like that? 25 when she becomes immortal? You should have a period. And this as well. There are vampires in a school, in a high school, and a vampire is with a high school woman. Why don't you mention the aspect that happens mostly in women's lives, once a month even? Especially in supernatural circumstances. I want to know. You never know when you get to deal with the devil or become a vampire. I want to know what happens to the period. How can Luke have sex? I don't know. Wait a second. I even wrote some questions because I got mad. So yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity. The only thing I enjoyed, honestly enough, was the love story. I think Henry and Addy are a great couple. The insta-love works with them. And the ending, I think it was cute. It was cute. Especially what Henry does for Adeline. For Addy, sorry, because she hates being called Adeline. Also, there is a movie called Adeline or something like that with Blake Lively, where she's immortal as well, so maybe that's the inspiration. Where is it? Oh yeah. So, I have the questions. Does she have a period? Can she get tattoos? Does she get sick? Does she go to the toilet? What happens if she doesn't eat or drink water for a year? Let me see. What else? What else? What else? What else? What happens if she gets a finger cut? Like if she cuts like a thumb or something, does it grow back? Let's see. Why aren't there any other gods or devils around Luke? Where is everybody? Why isn't Adeline asking this? Why can Luke have sex? Why is Luke lonely? So I have a lot of questions here. A lot of them. Because again, I think this is a missed opportunity. Same as Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. So all of these 3 books have things in common, or not, but still. I don't know. V. Schwab's, you can write better than this. She actually can. I highly recommend Vicious from her. I will always say that, because I think that one is very good. But this one, I mean, this one, I think they do. Now that I think about it, yeah, they do. They are similar, because this bitch complains and cries. This one complains and cries. This one complains and cries. So yeah, all of my books that I read in December are about bitches who complain and cry. Who'd have thought? Nah, maybe I'm manifesting something, who knows. But yeah, these are all the books I read in December. If you just want to have fun and don't want to think about stuff, you can read all of them. And again, the Twilight one, after I finish all of them, will come soon, the review. But yeah, also very fun fact, this one I finished on Christmas Eve when the power went out, and also it was snowing, the first and only snow we had in December, at least where I am. So yeah, that was also fun. This one I also read with the lights off because the power went off again. Yay. This one, did I read you when, did the power go off with you as well? No. With you, no. No. But my husband did have a field day just watching me read Twilight and just cackling there. So yeah, these are all the books I finished in December. A lot of bitches moaning and crying. Fun times. So, do I recommend them? Yes. Yes, I do. Fun times for fun people. Thank you for listening to my rant. I'll be back with Twilight, hopefully. Or Dune. We'll see. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.